Hello, hello, hello. There's no reason to hold off. I'm super excited. Today is World Watercolor Month, our creative finale. Day 31. We did it. I wish I feel like I should have some I think I do. I do have some sound effects so we can celebrate 31 days of showing up. And God, y'all showed up. Y'all showed up in every area, some areas that I didn't even look at, some areas I didn't even think about. But YouTube was just like, oh, the people showed up. New people showed up. Got a lot of new people. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. I'm just saying some of the things that make you happy. Oh boy, take a deep breath. I'm gonna give it a minute because I'm early. Yes, I'm excited, but I'm early. Hi, Eddie. And that was another reason why I said, let me go and pop on here because Eddie comes on at 1. Well, 1 o'clock my time. Yeah, because if it showed it to me as 1 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock your time. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eddie. Please, please, please. Hi, Jen S. Jen SM 2025. I feel like you told me your name, but I've gone to sleep since then. Hi, Lynn. How you doing? Oh my goodness. I have over here, that side of the desk, a pile of things. Okay, okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Whew. And then if you're gonna be slapping paint on paper, I get to pull out the gel plate. Not that I'm not happy that, I've done all this watercoloring, but I haven't released any energy on my gel plate in 31. Well, no, I did gel printing first, second, and third because we make backgrounds. We did pull out the gel plate on this journey. But yes. Jen. Okay, Jen. Cool. Got it. I'm gonna keep taking the deep breaths, y'all, because I'm excited. Got a lot to show. I got a lot of work to do after the live because I have not created one thumbnail. I have all the things that I'm gonna do, talk about, well, what we're doing for next month. I do. Okay. We're going back to our Mondays and Wednesdays. 3 p.m. Central Standing Time. And it's kind of going to be centered around kind of some of the stuff we talked about this year. We're still going to keep up the fence, the boundaries. We're still going to be doing that. The fence, do you need on your boundary fence? Do you need fire? You need to decide because some people need a hard, don't touch me because you're going to be, you know, got to put that fire on that fence. But it's all going to be reclaiming your joy after dot, dot, dot. And whatever your joy after is. Mine just happened to be reclaiming joy after the loss of 2 children. So, and all the other things that we're going to talk about. So that's what we're going to be going into our August Monday and Wednesday lives, reclaiming joy after. And you get to put in whatever your after is. Reclaiming joy after the loss, reclaiming joy after a loss of a job, retirement, relationship failure, whatever you're trying to reclaim your joy after. That's where we're going to be on Mondays. In August on Mondays and Wednesdays. And it's also getting back to school for those who have to do that. I don't have to do that. But reclaiming your joy after loss, reclaiming your joy after life change without your permission, reclaiming your joy kind of when you've been disappointed by someone, reclaiming your joy after someone walked away. See, all these things. That's what we're going to be talking about in August. Good morning, Julia. And I felt the need to circle back because I've had this conversation. Because the 3 R's in my life was reclaim, rediscover, and renew. And it was very, very, very important to me to understand what I was asking me to do. So I figured, why not walk it back a little bit, walk it back a little bit. Because at the end of the day, you want your joy back after life has just been hard. So, and then we want to reclaim our joy so that, we don't walk out here in the world angry and mad as hell, for one. So we are trying to protect ourselves as we navigate through life going forward. And, what does that look like? I mean, giving you a voice, giving you peace, giving you confidence, maybe creativity in your studio, in your art world. Um, but trusting yourself, giving yourself time, getting back up after all of the things that have happened. What does that look like for you? So that's where we're going to be. And we're going to have honest conversations, self awareness, because we're still on emotional intelligence. I feel like I'm going to be on emotional intelligence for the rest of my life because I like what I'm seeing in the mirror now. Because remember, peace, integrity, those are two of my number one and number two, peace and integrity. In order to have peace, I feel like if my integrity is in place, I'm going to have peace. Those two go together, right? So kind of works out. And then my spirituality goes in is I'm not the one that's going to, walking around here telling people, well, if you don't believe what the Bible says, you're going to die and go to hell. That's not my lane. That's not my job. That's not what I'm saying. So, but my spirituality for me is my relationship with God for me personally. And it's not mine to put off on anybody else. But I've realized in my core values, peace, integrity, my spirituality, and then family. And when I have all of those in line right now, the way that I continue to line them up, it's making me into a better person. And I've combined, I not combined, but I've accepted the fact that there is a Renee, and without a Renee, there wouldn't be a Karen, and without a Karen, there wouldn't be a Renee. And if you know, you know. Hey, Avaline. Nah, that's not really if you know kind of thing. It's kind of in the past, those people that have known me in the past, way back when, I mean almost 30 years ago. The person that I am now, after loss, I just basically tried to be a better person, be a different person, be a less how can I say this? Confrontational. Like you would say something and I'd be like, wait, hold up. What you saying? What you mean? Like I would come right back at you because I won't know what you're talking about. Right. But because I want peace in my life and my spirituality, the two together works to kind of reclaim and ask myself first, wait, did that bother me? Like, what did they say? Instead of just being a popcorn popping off all the time, because it's not always worth popping off. I think Eddie said it best in the live yesterday or the day before. Some people just not worth your time to even go off on them. And so right now, I think I'm just trying to reintroduce myself and decide if some people need to stay inside the fence or if I need to put the fence up and put some fire on it. Because a lot of these people are family. You just can't kick family to the curb. I mean, you can, but I don't want to because family is still in my core values. But I also want to know how these people need to be in my life, right? So it feels very purposeful to me. And remember, we are taking care of ourselves. We're not here to take care of everybody else. We're here to take care of ourselves first and foremost. And that makes life a whole lot better for us when we're happy. Hey, Cookie. I was a little early today. I was a lot early today. I think I was about 10 minutes early today. But it's World Watercolor Month 2026, day 31. It is the finale. And I felt like I need to just go on and let's get this party started. And my phone kept ringing. So before somebody just really pissed me off, I said, let me go push this live button, this do not disturb, and then the calls can't come in. I'm just saying. Michelle. Oh, Michelle, I got something to show you. It's in here somewhere. Lord knows it's in here somewhere. But I did some Jackson Pollock. I don't know where it's at. But I looked it up and I liked it. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Diane. I'm going to take a nap. I love you all. Okay, you hit that thumbs up. You came in to say hey and hit that thumbs up. Go take you a nap, girl. Yeah, weren't you the one who told me about Jackson Pollock, Michelle? I thought, because when I showed it, everybody said Michelle was. My coffee is watered down. I don't know why. It's not very good. It has a little, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, looks at anywho. Look at all these little designs. Oh, this one was when we used what's that stuff called? Oh, I moved it. You know, what did I do with it? I moved it, but what did I do with it? You know, the oh Lord. Anyways, yeah, we did that. Where you put it on there and then you rub it off. Yeah, yeah, that's what we did here. That oh God, what is it and where did I put it? I had put stuff out so that if I needed to walk it back, I could show it. Life. This is my life. This is my life. This is my life after 50. Hi, Lydia. Um, what's the medium? Y'all know what that stuff was we use. Golly, cheaper. I don't know where I put it. So if I want to use it right now, I don't even know what a ham and cheese it is. That's what happens when you clean up. Don't clean up, y'all. I was looking at a YouTube something, I don't know what it's called, on Hooby Looby. And if you know, you know. We don't call their name no more, Hooby Looby. And it has so many questions in my mind. And I was trying to talk to my daughter to talk it out so that I can get it out and it still wouldn't be on my mind. But reclaiming your joy after life tried to take it, it's kind of hard to not think about some things. Not that I want to kind of frisk it. Masking fluid. Yes, masking fluid. That was it. Masking fluid. I was going to say, what did he mean? Brisket? What's a frisket? I was waiting. Oh goodness. Let's see. Let's go back up. Yay, I knew you would love Jaskin Pollock. Yes, I enjoyed it. So the splatter, the way he does the splatter, I really did enjoy it. So I'm gonna do more of that. Jackson Pollock, I'm gonna tell you like they told me, Google it will be the better way to go and find out and see because it's a kind of see kind of thing. And Diane, you will not be. Where is the? Let me see. Hold on. Let's just go through the avalanche. It's not in this because it's something that I recently did. Oh yeah, yeah. These. Remember? Yeah, those. That's why I cut them up. That's why I couldn't find them. Yeah, those right there. I enjoyed that look. And then y'all know Darcy has a video out about using index cards. Man, by the time she finished with that desk, I was cooking dinner while I was looking at her. Hey Zal. Zal, when do we leave? Listen, I have to start getting ready to go, but hello everyone. Okay, Zal, safe travels. Wait, are you getting ready to go or you going out? When do you leave? I can't remember. But anyways, hey Alicia and hi Lisa. Lisa, I went out on the porch with my broom. I think that's gonna be the best thing. Okay, you leave tomorrow. Okay, I think you'll get home before your box. I don't think your box comes into the Monday, Tuesday. So by the time you get through all your other mail, you should have fun. You should watch the movie about it. Oh, there's a movie, Avalee, about Jackson Pollock. Oh, let me write that on my sticky note. Okay, I didn't know. I like his art. Okay, movie on Jackson Pollock. Got it. Will do. And once we put it on the sticky note, stick it up, we good. All right, let's take that off because we might have something else. There we go. Going downtown in about an hour. Ooh, is it hot today? I like downtown Chicago. Take a picture of the bridge. Take a picture of one of the bridges. That's what downtown Chicago reminds me of. A little bit of Paris with those bridges. If you go that way. And I love Foot Locker in downtown Chicago. Just saying. I did not know it was, well, listen, I didn't know about Jackson Pollock, but y'all know I'm new to the art world and all the things. So I like to go when y'all give me people to check out. I'll check them out and be like, oh, that's nice. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so today is World Watercolor Month 2026, and we're getting ready to put it in the books. This day is day 31. Like Mr. McCoy called me a few minutes ago, and I was like, oh, what do you want? You need anything? She's like, no, I just called to check on my wife. I was like, okay, well, I'm getting ready to go live. Oh. And he said this look on his face. I just hung up. He texted me. He's like, oh, I forgot. I thought today was the first. Okay, no problem. That's your problem, not mine. I need to get off of here, get off the phone so I could set my phone up. Because what you call it? The FaceTime came through the phone that I need this phone. So I needed to, if it had been on the other phone, it wouldn't have been no problem. But I don't know why it didn't come through that phone and not this phone. But anyways, and then after he hung up, then my daughter called. I was just like, oh my goodness, do y'all not understand? Today is the 31st. Today is my last day of World Watercolor Month. It's a sad day. I mean, Monday is so far away. Oh, I mean, I could go live on my own. I'm just saying, who needs a reason? Zal, have fun. If I go by the bridges, I'll take a picture. I'm going to go wander around. Oh, the flicks and wish. Oh, Zal, do you need me to Apple Pay you? Like, I mean, you can shop for me. I mean, I got a list of things. You can shop for me. Oh, wait, I can't use my affiliate link if you go in the store and shop for me. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I have to use my link. Okay, so all right, let me get back. See, I'm excited. I'm like a kid that just getting ready to go into their birthday party, like what's it, a quinceanera, like for the 16-year-olds. Eddie, what is it? Where they gonna have this big old party? So I have my big old ball gown on because oh my goodness, I love it. So if I could have came in here in the studio with my gown on and everything, and we had the camera set up so we could really have a party. Oh my goodness, I would have. So in your mind, in your anointed imagination, all right, y'all walk with me with this. This is it. I have my ball gown on, my hair is up, my tiara is on, my paint brushes are in my hand, and I'm here sitting at the studio desk. And every now and then I turn around and twirl because you can't have a nice, beautiful dress if you don't twirl. That was the important thing about my wedding dress. I needed to be able to twirl. And then our dance, I needed to be able to, drop down. And then my dress hit the little boot boot like that. Oh, I had a whole thing. So think about that. And whatever way y'all need to be in your mind, if you need to go somewhere in your mind right now, go there. Okay, because 31 days of showing up, putting paint on paper, having honest conversations, because we still did that, right? And made a whole lot of room for joy, love, and peace. Oh, Cookie, you don't even want to know how much my designer shoes. I had some shoes, but I didn't wear them because I was going to be taller than Mr. McCoy, so I didn't wear them. Let's just say they're very much so beautiful. Okay, Lisa said, I'm wearing my sparkly dress and real shoes. Awesome. Quinceanera. I can't look at the word, but yeah, that thing with the Q, what Eddie put in there. So when you go live, Eddie, make sure you say it for me. I feel like I'm close enough. Because the Q isn't Q, it's Ken, like Quinceanera. Yeah. My tongue always got in the way when I want to learn another language. So that's why I know a lot of English and a little bit of other things. My mind needs to go to sleep. Go to sleep, girl. Go to sleep. I'll say Ernch too. Ernch. I think I pretty much got Ernch. 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 Anybody else dressing up for World Watercolor Month, day 31? Mentally, of course. Hey, Ann Webb. Ann Webb popped in. I got Diane. Part Alicia, right? It's a part. Oh, there you go. Ken say and Yara. Kinsey, Kinsey. I'm getting close. Kinsey. Yeah, Kinsey. Hey, I'm close enough. We're gonna leave that alone. I'm dressed in a cute pink and black gothic outfit with cool boots. Awesome. That tells me a lot about you, Alicia. Hey, Paula K. Okay, Michelle, go get you some sleep. We'll be here for a little bit. If you take a nap and then come back, I'll be here. I'll be here. And then we'll be popping off of here and we're going to go run over there and hang out with Eddie. So today is Friday. It is day 31, the final day of World Watercolor Month. Q, yeah, Q makes K noise in Spanish. Yeah, that's how I know the K. Ken. I knew that one. But when you get over there to and quinceañera. Quinceañera. Is that it? Quinceañera. Ken. Q makes K. Yeah, got it. Y'all can tell my tongue that all day long. It's still not going to do it. King. 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 Quinceañera. We're done. Pack over here, World Watercolor Month, day 31. Because it's like trying to say, there's another word that I can't say either. And it's because my tongue gets in the way. I was like, yeah, okay. Masking. This was masking early on. I just threw stuff on the desk. There's no rhyme or reason to when I did it. And if who needs to pop in here so we can have a conversation? Mm, Cookie will let me know. Can't remember the name, but I know when you talk about granulation, that'll be last. Well, I'm here. I don't dress like that in real. So, okay, look, you cleared that up quickly. But really, okay. Well, in here, I don't dress like that in real life. So you wouldn't have boots on? Is that what you're saying? Cool boots? I think cool boots are nice. So you're saying you won't have cool boots? I like this. Mariah was saying something to me yesterday about something, and I've been trying to see it all night long, and I think I still can't see it with the white pen and some centers. Whew. I've been trying to keep my sugar up because my body has reset. It is reset, and when I tell you I'm back down to the 70s and the 80s, I have to keep sugar. I mean, I have to keep candy in the nightstand, eat cookies at 2 o'clock in the morning, and eat some candy. And right now, I feel like that's why I had my coffee, but it's nasty and I don't want it. So we're gonna grab us a hot shoe, and it probably ain't gonna do the job. But oh, I can tell it's just crazy, man. And I took the dog out and went for a walk, so I don't know. Life, she might have to do something else with the medicine. Or it might be time for me to just stop taking the daggum medicine. Maybe my body is reset and I'm not really a diabetic. Because that's what they told me. It's like, well, I think the stress of everything that's happened to you in life, which is why I had to reclaim my health, right? That was one of the things in my reclaiming was reclaim my health because my A1C went from a 5, went from a 4.8, let's say a 5, to a 10. So it was something else. So y'all excuse my chewing. I'm gonna go and get this smushed up a little bit so we can release the sugars. Say quinceanera. Oh, see, I maybe did something with that tongue right there. Put something else in my mouth. Lips. Added that was on my lips too. Oh, you wear boots. Okay. My A1C now is 6.7. I think I'm just on too much medicine now because it's going back down. But my body, that was one of the things the doctor told me is give her 6 months, and she promised that if I do what she told me, I'll reset. So she took me off insulin, she took me off metformin, um, and she told me to eat and do what I want to do. And I had to stop doing the Libre. She told me to stop wearing that because she felt like that was controlling me. And she said, when you're hungry, eat. Just eat. It's okay. And so I've done what she said in the last 3 months, 4 months. I lost what, almost 30 pounds. I'm like, sheesh, I ain't had no daggone weight to lose. I've never been one with weight. I was happy with my 12, so now I'm back down to a solid 8. My closet's not happy. I went put on some daggum shorts yesterday, y'all. Picture this. Not literally, but picture this. You put some pants on, you pull them up, you button them up, and you go to walking. Then I look like some of these young kids around here. My pants start sagging. I was like, "What? Not these? They're my cute shorts. Can't wear them." So I have two baskets of clothes that I need to donate. I don't take them to Goodwill and stuff like that. Um, but I need to donate to somebody who needs them because I can't wear them. I have a jumper on today. I haven't worn this jumper in 2 years because I had gained too much hips, whatever. Now it fits so cute. Yeah, I was out there sagging. I think they almost dropped down. If I wouldn't have took them off and walked a couple more steps, Eddie, I believe they would have fell down. I don't see how the kids wear sagging pants. Okay, I think let's get that out. Oh, another reason why I don't chew gummies. I mean, yeah, it's stuck in your teeth. Okay, thank y'all for this little intermission right here. I really believe it's gonna help. That's why I drink a cup of coffee, which is like my ex coworker called it a poodle in a cup. Because I have whipped cream, caramel, coffee, then a little bit of sugar. And depending on where I'm going or if I'm going to be home, then it's going to have a shot of brandy in it or whiskey. Don't judge me. Judge somebody else. As a matter of fact, don't judge nobody. Don't knock it till you try it. Everybody comes to my house and be like, "Can we have your special coffee?" You sure can, whether they drink or not. Because it's not to get you drunk. It just has a nice little tang to it. Got it from making Irish coffee. So I just took it on and made it a little different. Okay, we're going to see. New shorts. Who did? Eddie, let me eat the candy. You trying to make the joke. Oh, Lord, let me get some water. That was funny. Okay, I don't want that. Okay, that should do. And here's the other thing, since I don't wear the Libre anymore, that I look at my phone and I can be like, right now, I promise you, if I would have looked at my phone, it probably would have been at like 79, 80. I function pretty good at like 100, 110 throughout the day. Now in the morning, I usually wake up, my low, it's low. It's usually like 70, 60, 70, which is too low, which is why at 2 o'clock in the morning, it drops down to below 60. And I have to get up and eat a cookie or something. So she told me, just like, well, if you get up, then don't eat a cookie, just eat something. I was like, well, how about if I eat a sandwich before I go to bed? She's like, well, try it. So I just start eating dinner later, and that has kind of helped. Okay. So these are some that I stamped out yesterday. Those are some stamps that I got from the Moo. And then I stamped I think this is Carrie. Yes. Stamp around it. Kind of influenced by him yesterday because he had a video out. And Darcy's little flower, and then I forgot who that was, and then that's Paula's. So I just kind of put a whole bunch of little things on these yesterday to try to make them so. When I sent out Happy Mail, this was World Watercolor Month, Happy Mail. Someone gave me some chocolate liqueur for a thank you. That's 2,000 calories. What kind of chocolate liqueur is that? And I don't like liqueur. That's another. I can't do that. That's just it's a bottle of syrup. And what you might as well do is make your own. Get you a mason jar, get you some whiskey, get you some water, and about 2 or 3 spoons of sugar. Mix it up in the mason jar, and you have your own. And it is nowhere near all of that. That's what you told me in Germany. So I start making my own stuff. We did this one. Got turtles. We stamped the turtles on it. Remember when you do your backgrounds, you stamp stuff on it. I can't remember, but we stamped on that. This was a circle one. I got these circles because I wanted a circle gel print. I mean gel plate. And it's still in my basket, so I haven't gotten it yet because I thought these would have been cute to just go on there and boop boop. Then this one we did the background. We did the background. So this before we knew that there was going to be a gulp, granulation under painting. I guess I was doing gulp already. because this one right here was with the granulations way back when I started World Watercolor Month. And then we put this is Eddie's lanternfly. And then I put some what's the acrylic gesso through a stencil and some other stuff. So it's a mixed media piece now. And but the base was watercolor. So that works out. Wow, that's pretty much all your meals for a day in a drink. Yes, you're absolutely right. These are the ones that we just recently did. I still haven't done anything with them, and I don't know if I will, other than cut these out. We will cut these out. Um, oh, I suppose to be putting them in a basket as I put them over to the right because I don't want to change from left to right. Stamped. It's another thing. If you don't know how to draw, this is the whole point about doing these with my flowers. If you don't know how to draw flowers, or if you just so much love my flowers that they are in stamps, then all you have to do is stamp it out. Any stamp. I think Paula had put out a thing over at Makers was challenging people to use stamps. Because if you can't draw and you can't do all the things, you can stamp it out, right? And then watercolor. So that turned out good. I don't know what I'm going to do with any of these. Some of these that are on this size paper, I said I was going to make a book, but some of these are just too daggum good to go sit in a book. And y'all know since I'm on the card making journey now, that some of them will get cut up and turned into cards. This one probably will. So that was that. We did those. Look at those leaves. Like literally, we can cut this out, right? And put it on a card, put it on a card base. Or put it in a journal. Like you can do so much now that World Watercolor Month is over with. You can do so much with a lot of your prints. Um, I don't have scraps, excuse me, anymore. I have a little bit, but since Lisa and Tammy did their 100 day videos, they inspired me to use my scraps. And so I've been taking scraps, making little backgrounds, putting them on cards. I'm very proud of me. And thank you, Lisa and Tammy, for doing that. Just in, showing me different ways of doing things. Here's another one: backgrounds, watercolors, and then just slap my stamps over them. All the stamps you see, you can get over at PMR Studio. We got turtles, we got lanterns, we got bees, we got birds, tomatoes, greens, ham, whatever that thing says, you name it. Big turtles, little turtles, big butterflies, big stamps, little stamps. This is actually my stamp. May the grace help you. That's that stamp. And you get to use them, whatever. But look at these pages. Aren't they beautiful? They are very much so beautiful. Like I could cut that right there and that be a background. See, we're not going to do that. We're supposed to be flipping through. Flipping, flipping. This one is lovely. This one has an inspiration. This one will be coming to life soon. Something similar to this, but something similar. So you can do it for yourself. And y'all, isn't she cute? Hey, Carla. My stamping with Tanika turned out great. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Lisa said, I am planning on doing left-handed watercolor during recovery. What paper will work best for me? I like Fabriano. Okay, but here's the thing. Are you gonna you're going to be practicing. So if you're going to be practicing, then get you some because Hooby Looby. Y'all know Hooby Looby. We're not going to be doing too much with Hooby Looby going forward. I have to finish listening at some things. And if Hooby Looby kind of push me the wrong way, then I might have to excommunicate Hooby Looby. I might. I'm praying about it. Because y'all know I don't like people that like to take religion and use it against people or say they're going to die and go to hell. I don't like that. I really don't. Um, and I can't control everybody, but I can control me. And if it affects my thought processes, so right now I'm just praying on God to give me some insight. Just I've asked the question. So if it get revealed, then yeah. If it don't, then okay, cool. But you rocked it. That's what I get. This is the card I made yesterday. I took my flowers and put it on there. And then this stamp was the stamp that a friend sent me. She sent me this stamp set. And I was like, okay, card makers probably would color that girl or put on colored paper or whatever, but I think I like her just the way she is. And then I put this on there, and y'all saw the background from yesterday. But look it. Oh, I saw it in Makers. Oh, I thought you had a new one. Okay, Carla, got it. Yes, I did love that one. That's the one that made me cry. Sure did. And Vanessa did one with pop-ups with me and Christy Hartman and Darcy. And I was just like, oh, aren't we fast? Oh my God, this month has been amazing. Wow. But this turned out real, real cute. And see, Carla, look at them leaves. See them leaves? This is how I envision my leaves. This is how I envision my leaves to kind of go in and do some things. And you do what you want to do with them, right? But that turned out. And I left the flowers. I didn't want them colored. So I like that. Okay, let's put that back in the card drawer. And then while we're going on the cards, we had this one, which has a little bit of, that's the other place the Jackson Pollock came to life, splat, splat. So, and keep looking where the light shines bright, right? So on some thick card paper. Uh, not Carla, Paula K told me about this, the paper. So I like the thicker card paper. All right. Then we had this one. This was one of our beginning ones. Be still and know that I am God. That's Psalm 46:10. Signed it. Did some pencil work with my micron. Went in the centers right there. So that did really, really good. I like the way that one turned out. But watercolor has been doing good. And here's the thing. There was no challenge for me for World Watercolor Month 2026. I didn't use any of the prompts. Like there's a whole list of prompts that you could have used if you needed to be so inclined to create. I didn't need anything to help me create, right? So that is just evidence that I was committed to the journey. I was committed to this month. I didn't set anything to go anywhere or do anything so that way what I had said I was going to do in June, I did in July. And that makes my heart very much so happy. Remember these leaves? I think these leaves are the ones that kind of sparked Carla to say, Karen, I need leaves from you. I was like, oh, don't threaten me with a good time. And I put it on these base. I'm going to have to get me some more craft paper because I think I'm in love with and craft paper and gesso because we did these. This is the gulp granulation under painting. And if you don't know what gulp is or how that happened, it happened over at Bitty Penny's last Saturday. Look at that. And I showed these, and so these weren't granulation. So no, I guess these aren't gulp because this wasn't granulation. No, these aren't granulating. Sorry. So those are not gulp. But gulp is granulation under painting. So just imagine these being granulating watercolors. That's what that would have been. And put again acrylic gesso on the base of cardstock, and I painted on them. I don't know. I didn't paint on this one. And then I took some acrylic gesso, and that's acrylic gesso with my flower stamped. And then kind of, did something else. I don't remember what that one. I think that was oxide. So yeah. And this one, remember we kind of messed it up? Life gets messed up. It doesn't matter. We talked about life. We talked about how we have to set boundaries. We have to deal with people that lie. We talked about all the things this month. And this right here was when I stamped it and put the embossing, thought it was going to mess it up. When life comes and mess up, no worries. Go put some more ink on my stamp, stamped it out, and it turned out just as beautiful. Give yourself grace so you can love yourself, so you can have joy and peace. So all of these are ready they're in the card world. They're in my card flower pot because I have a flower pot full of cards that are ready to go. That one, I love that one. I do. Okay. And then we stamped out. Then we did that one. Then we did, okay, these are granulations. This is granulations. So this is gulp. Granulations under painting. So the painting is granulating. Granulations, granulations, granulations. Oh, she said, I was wrong. It's 130 calories for, okay. So if you drink 8 ounces over ice, that'd be all right. That's a little better. Oh, a mudslide rum. Diane, now that sounds like fun. Thank you for introducing me to that. But mudslides, they kind of do something opposite of what I would want them to do. Think about it. Mudslide, yeah, I had to leave it alone. Maybe if I put a different creamer in it, though. Oh, but it's a Mexican mudslide rum. I might not do it, though. Okay, so when we talk about granulation, um, we used to get mudslides at TG. I used to like TGIF's mudslides. Is there still TGIFs or are they gone? I've never not seen a TGIF in a while. Are they gone? I am going to re-gift it to my daughter-in-law. Diane, do you not drink? Or you just don't drink that much? We have some, see the granulations in here? I think they're still around. Yeah, okay. I haven't seen one. I used to like TGIF, especially after work. You go hang out, it's TGIF. Why not go to TGIF on Fridays? So, Cookie, remember when we were talking about we need to talk about granulation? Is the person in the chat? Does everybody here, let me do it this way. Does everybody here understand what granulating watercolors are? Because I like when I can really explain some things. I do. Because I went down the granulation watercolor hole. I did. Because after I got the granulating watercolors, I really needed to know what the world, like I did. I did. So I will make sure she is not in chat at the moment. Okay. Okay, do. Okay, okay. All right, hold on. I have a whole folder from last year. So let's see if I can pull my folder up. I drink occasionally, but I'm trying to lose weight. So a carb bliss is more my speed. Um, you know what? The thing about Mexican rum, it should not be. Oh, but you did say it's a liquor. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. But that's why I drink tequilas and anything that is pretty much not most of the stuff I drink is just not it's not not these little because but I was drinking mine for my sugar. I didn't need it to spike my sugars. So I drink and I'm not a drinker either. I think I do more social drinking. Like when Crystal and Bernadette was here, I think that's the most I've drunk had a drink since probably they were here in Thanksgiving. Um but like I will drink like whiskey. My favorite is Macallan 24. Just saying, y'all don't know me, I'm bougie. But I like smooth and I don't like anything that's gonna come back to tap me on my shoulder later and lay me out on the floor. Don't want any of that. No, can't drink vodka. Vodka makes me makes me sick. The thought of it makes me sick. Um, what there's some other ones. So when we go out to eat, like I'll have a drink but only because I want to be social. But if I don't feel like it, I don't feel like it. And then, I'm one of them people that I get quiet when I drink, and that's kind of dangerous. Because when somebody say something to me, I be sitting there ready. Be like, you said what'd you say? And then, I'll be ready to go. So I learned that probably about 20 years ago. It's like, yeah, you don't need to drink. But I like wine. Wine is very relaxing. So, know what kind of ads I'm gonna get on this one? Put the monetization on. Let's change over. Let's go back to paint. Let's talk about paint. Oh, yes. Now, Alicia. Yes. Mm-hmm. But I love me a good cask whiskey. Oh, just saying. Let's get off of that. Let's go. This is granulation under painting, and that is how we came about with gup. Gup. Alcohol gives me hot flashes. That's why you got to do tequila. You got to do a tequila or something like that. It does not. It does not. Or not Tito's. But tequila. Darn, what's that one? Oh my goodness, it's in the freezer, and I got it in a spicy. I had never had it in spicy. It's my favorite, and it does not. It does not. Alicia Hot. Oh God. Oh, Kahlua is yummy in coffee, but I made my own, so I don't use Kahlua anymore. Listen, that's why they came up with sipping paint. I'm saying sipping paint, but I don't want all the ads to come out for people. The people that's on replay might be the people that might be my Christian folks, and they might tell me I'm gonna die and go to hell because I drink. And I be like, well, didn't Jesus turn water into wine? And then it was the best wine. It was really, really no, not Grey Goose. Oh no. Um, it's like $50 a bottle. Don't make me go in there and get it. Got to be more. I'll think about it. But it's one of my faves. My daughter's friend introduced me to it years ago. It is it's not American. It's I want to say it's Mexican. Maybe. Maybe. Starts with a C. Reset the algorithm. Okay, so granulation of I'm trying to get away from like talking about that, but it's making me happy. Like I like things that make me happy, right? It's Friday. Why not? Why not? It's Friday, it's the weekend, and the words of Chris Tucker on Friday, it's Friday. You ain't got no job, but we ain't doing what he was talking about. But yeah, relax, reset, reclaim, renew, get ready for whatever else. But yes, let's do it. And it's World Watercolor Month, day 20. World Watercolor Month 2026, day 31. We need to celebrate because Casamigos. That's it. Sorry. See, we need to celebrate Casamigos. That's what it is. Casamigos. They'll be okay. They can find the fake Christian creative that suits their fancy and can. Thank you, Zal. Because over here at Create Joy Studio, I do believe, God is my pilot. Jesus is my co-pilot, and sometimes somewhere on the plane, I just jump on. So I'm not saying, not here to judge anybody. And I don't want nobody to come over here judging me. Because at the end of the day, I talk to God so that I don't lose my sanity. I walk it out for me so that I can have my strength. And I hope everybody else does the same thing. But Casamigos, y'all, was a drink I was talking about. Casamigos. Casamigos. Is that I think that is that Mexican Casamigos? Somebody help me out. I'm not sure. The bottle is I have one. Remember back in the day, somewhere back in the day of this month, this year, not this month, this year, I was telling y'all about Mr. McCoy and my uncle sitting on the porch drinking my good whiskey. Or my good is what, drinking my good stuff. That's what it was. And like they were drinking it like it was a Coke or like they was drinking Coke 45 or something. I'm just like, wait a minute, y'all keep drinking it because it's not an alcohol that makes you feel it like it's just smooth. It's so smooth. And because they weren't getting that little thing they get from that cheap stuff they drink, they just was drunk the whole bottle. This stuff like $80 a bottle. So I told William, I said, hey, I got you and y'all got cheap bottle in there in the deep freezer. When y'all need a drink, y'all go get that. Leave my stuff alone. I had to hide my Macallan because they drink it like it's water. So I'm just like, oh, shut. My daughter said that when she turned 21, I said, who told him to his mama and your mama is telling you to enjoy a mixed drink? but don't get drunk on your, yeah, everything in moderation. Why you always come in the chat talking about some wow? You know I'm gonna talk about you over here. I think that's neat. I hope you hit that thumbs up while you in here talking about some wow. And if you don't know how to hit that thumbs up, you hit the X over there, drop it down. The thumbs up's right there. Hit that, then come back in the chat. Make your presence known today. I'm just saying, Mr. McCoy is at work talking about wow. Anyway, he's talking about trying to go take the dog to the vet again and have the vet playing with the dog again. And I was like, if nature don't make them dogs want to do their thing and it's not gonna work, then she just not gonna get knocked up. I'm just not finna go and make it happen. No, not gonna do that. Okay. He knew he was sitting up here in the chat. You could have said Casamigos. You know I was trying to think about that. Started in Mexico for friends only before launching publicly. George Clooney, co-founder. What are we talking about? Is that what the Casamigos is? End of watercolor month, right? This is it. We're talking. Why not? Oh God. God doesn't care if we drink. He only cares what we do when we drink. So be a good girl. Yes. There you go. But I like the way Zal said. I feel like Zal said it and it's worth repeating. They'll be okay. They can find the fake Christian creative. I like that. Fake Christian creative that suits their fancy. Now, let's walk that forward. Fake Christian creative, so that we don't feel like we're not judging anybody. We're just not on the same. We don't like the same colors in our landscape. That's it. So we're not going to judge me for using all these beautiful colors. And some people might just like this one and don't like this one. So I think we're over here on this side and they're over there on that side. I'm not telling them that they have to use this, and they're not telling me we have to use this. So, therefore, we want to make sure that they go and do what they want to do because we're going to do what we want to do, and we're not going to judge them. So, we don't want them to judge us. That's what we mean by we're saying don't be fake, just be real. And don't be an undercover, like, don't be an undercover drunk and talk about you're a Christian and you're saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost and Lord and bless you. And you're going to hell if you drink and all the things. And then you go home and take out a 40. That right there makes me want to say, you're wrong. But I'm not. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? That's what we're talking about. Fake Christians. Fake Christians, they out here molesting folk and then standing in the pulpit talking about, but the Lord is my, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. That's just to be clear. And the reason why I had to walk that back, because that's kind of where I am in my head with a lot of things, with two or three things right now. I'm trying to understand. And I'm one, like Hooby Looby. I'm trying to understand. You know? So that's where it's at. Just trying to understand. We listen. We're gonna go back to Casamigos. Did I get an answer about the Casamigos? Is that what you're saying, Cookie, about the Casamigos? Casamigos, Carla, can you get Casamigos? I've never bought it. Did I buy my last Casamigos at Costco? Where did I buy mine? Carla, I think so. I think so. Depending if your Costco is very well versed, which it probably is because you're in Charlotte, so you probably will be able to get it there. Right, Alicia, real Christian makes mistakes. Yes, yes, real Christians makes mistakes, and we own our stuff. We're not hiding our hand. That's the difference right there. That is the difference. But we're not finna have one of these conversations because P gonna be talking about that on Sunday over on call. So y'all go join that conversation over there. Send all questions. Like if anything came up in this conversation, send it over there. I'm very interested to see what we're gonna be talking, what she's gonna be talking about over there. Um, Casamigos. Yeah, COS, COS, so, oh, Caso, me, cha, Casamigos. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Casamigos. Yes, Karen. Yes, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for that little information. I'm being funny or trying. It's working. Alicia said it. She said it. Real Christians makes mistakes. And real Christians, I believe we don't judge. I believe real Christians. I believe the ones that Jesus will come and have a seat at the table and be like, "Y'all serve up, let's eat." I believe those are the ones that, we love everybody. And I believe those are the ones that are out here getting the worst end of the stick because we love everybody and we're not here judging them. Now, I'm not gonna do a lot of things some people do, but I'm not gonna judge them. Be like, oh, hey, love you too. How'd that make you feel? Did you like that? Did you have fun? Did it make you feel better? And they say yes. I'll be like, well, ho, ride it out then. Y'all know my whole thing about hoes, right? You own who you was, what you was, but when you are no longer out there whoring in the streets, don't come back over here judging the little girl that reminds you of you and tell her how bad she is and how she's going to hell. Don't do that. Just be like, baby, I've been on that road right there. I had them whole shoes on, and let me tell you, girl, there might be a better way you can do that. Like you learn from your whole tendencies. I'm just saying. We've all done some things in our life that we're just not happy about. And I believe because I've been on the stick of people telling me I'm gonna die and go to hell. I think that's why I chose to say, what would Jesus do? And be like, love him, love him. And so now it's just like, Jesus, listen, you died on the cross for these folks, not me. So I'm finna cuss them out right now, and then I'll repent later. You knew the day I was born that we was gonna do this, right? So, kinda I'm finna be very creatively expressive with what I'm getting ready to say, and there will be no texture in it. I'm finna just slide on their head. We ain't putting no gesso on it. We just gonna slap that paint down, and I'm gonna let them know how I feel. And then probably after that, I'll probably be like, okay. Now, can we move forward? Can we have a relationship to move forward or no? Because I'm okay with putting you outside the fence with the fire on. Once you go outside, it's going to take a little time for you to come back inside, right? Y'all, I got sidetracked. I was supposed to be flipping and flopping and showing and talking, and I got that thing just got to me. I just don't like them. I don't like them folk. That's why I'm trying to figure out what the hooby looby folks all about. Now, I can't tell people what to do with their money, so I can't tell them. But I can not shop at Hooby Looby if it just doesn't line up with majority of the world. That's just it. Oh, remember we got these because Becky sent us my stamps. And we put those on there. That was pretty. So y'all just enjoy. I'm gonna slap this pull up down. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop talking and just keep going. Because I got a little heated. I got a little heated. Let me drink me some water. Feel like I need to go fix me a daggum drink now. If God is love, he is love. If you want to judge me, remember scripture says, judge ye not. What? So that ye may not be judged. That's the King James Version. Hmm. But the other thing is, I'm trying to get off of this. The other thing is, there are so many books. There are 66 books in the Bible, right? That they put together, they compile so that you can pretty much have something to kind of handcuff you into where submission to go where they want you to go, right? They put them in there. They don't tell you about the ones that's not in there. They don't talk about those because those give you too much freedom in life. They don't talk about it. That's all I'm saying. All I tell people is learn and study for thyself. And I'm gonna leave you with that. Usually when the conversation be like, but God said, when he sent his son Jesus to die on the cross, he said, but the love, the greatest of all these, because he ain't say that he came to demolish the rules and the laws and all the things over there in Deuteronomy and Leviticus. They want to just condemn you to go to hell. He didn't say that, right? But what he did say is love. Okay, they slapped you, turn the other cheek. Took me a long time to get that one. Just like, you want me to turn the other cheek? And you're like, yeah, you got four of them. Every time they slap you, you got four. After that, I said, so after that, you telling me I can, light fire to them? Nope, love on them still. And so here in 2026, I think I'm being very combative. I am. I'm being very combative. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to be honest up front because y'all know I'm over here. I'm very authentic with y'all. I'm being very combative. Um, I had to stop because I said some of these folks don't deserve my love. Some of these folks have used and abused my love. And I want to, just back it up. I don't want to love them no more, right? And it case says, well, how what would you do if somebody did you the same way? And I was like, oh, okay, got it. So okay, so can we find a happy medium to it? So this is where Karen and Renee are combining. So we're gonna pause. That's why we're working on our emotional intelligence, right? So that we just don't go and cuss folk out. I trust that God will handle people in their due time and due seasons, but y'all know God be taking too long. But eventually things get handled. So I have to use my faith to trust. This was real pretty. We cut this up, right? Have to use faith. But do I want to cuss them out? Yes, I do sometimes want to cuss them out. But sometimes we just need to leave it alone and just trust the process. Love them and keep walking. Because, like what Eddie said the other day, some folk just ain't worthy of a good cussing. We gonna need that we're gonna need that air in our lungs when we're like 70, 80, 90 years old. Oh, I love this one. Made a tag out of that. Then I love this one. Oh, these were so pretty. Oh, look at that. Alicia says, I follow Jesus and his examples. Yes, at least I try. Yeah, see, Alicia, we good. Like we good. We good. I think me personally over here at Create Joy Studio, I believe that that's why sometimes I believe that that's why God directed me to YouTube, um, so that I can share that even the good, the bad, and everything that's going on in the world, that God is still, he's still there and he still wants us to love. And, it's hard to love the people that are just being so unlovable, right? And want to have the rule book of how we should live life, and don't want to love people. I just don't understand that. So it's been a struggle. Because when you come over here on YouTube, I told y'all the other day, my biggest fear was somebody coming on my channel, just basically wanting to be combative about my faith, like how I walk my faith out. And I'm just saying, well, until you stood by two caskets and said goodbye to two of your children, don't come for me. You can't walk in my shoes. And so that was the answer to, just doing what you need to do. And then at the end of the day, it's all about a creative expression over here. It's about how I got my joy back after the loss of my son. Look at that. It's not all about, me over here throwing a Bible at somebody. I'm the last person to want to throw a Bible at somebody. I say I have to repent from my dreams some nights, some days, when I wake up and be like, oh Lord, that was a powerful dream. I slapped the taste out of her. Right? So I don't like people to do that. I really don't. And that's just it. So all right, we've covered alcohol, we've covered God and Jesus and love. All right, what else we need to cover? Because I make sure we need to have a recap, right? Because it's day 31 of World Watercolor Month. And over here at Create Joy Studio, I am very authentic about who I am, what I do, and how I do it. Now, some things wouldn't involve Mr. McCoy per se. I try not to, so he don't have to pop in the chat and holler, wow. Be like, wow, this, man. I want to keep this out for when I got to talk about granulation. And this one here. Let's put these over here. I got a whole box. Carla says, I have been struggling with my emotional maturity because I feel taken advantage of by a relative. I'm trying to reframe my reaction and I'm not having much luck. I'll say my sister is enjoying your commentary, Karen. Thank you. Hey sis, how you doing? Welcome to Create Joy Studio. You have a very interesting husband. Mr. McCoy. Um, Mr. McCoy, do you want to have a conversation in chat? You gonna chat it out? Because you see, I had to write it on here. Love with grace. Love with grace. I mean, you got to give people grace. So Carla, let me back up and have a conversation with Carla real quick. Y'all hold on. Y'all can listen, and chime in when needed. Okay. But seriously, Carla, that's the boundaries. I knew you was gonna say no. Those are the boundaries. And you got to put some fire on the fence. Everybody is not welcome inside your home, your heart, your mind. Everybody isn't. This is the whole thing about us this month for July. We're giving ourselves permission to tell people no, and no explanation is needed, right? So during this month, we did more than paint. We talked about life. We talked about trusting the process when we could see, when we couldn't see like the bigger picture, right? So we talked about believing in ourselves before asking everyone else what they thought. So Carla, my whole thing for you is, what do you want? And when you look at when you talk about your emotional maturity, that's what we've been talking about, emotional intelligence, learning to recognize our emotions, manage our reactions, and communicate our needs and set healthy boundaries for our life. That's it, Carla. Anything else, it doesn't matter. If they like you, great. If they love you, great. If they don't, who cares? You got Laura in your life. Spend more time with Laura and less time with them. Now, if this your husband, then you're going to have to do like I do, set up a boundary and then have a conversation based on whatever those boundaries are. Because we can't say that for our husbands. And I'm only saying that because Carla's married and I'm married. So we're not saying that we want to get a divorce and, kick our husbands to the curb. That's not what we're saying. But what we are saying is, even with our spouses, we have to make healthy boundaries. We do. And we have to trust the process so that we not only can get to the next day, but we're not worrying about what the big picture is. We don't see it when we first start painting. We start out with hold on, hold on, let me walk this thing out for y'all. We start out with a tablet or a book or whatever. We open it up, we have a blank sheet of paper. So we have to trust the process that by the time we finish in our time in our setting, that we are going to have something beautiful or something on this page, right? Because remember, this month we talked about believing in ourselves before asking everyone else what they think. We don't really care what they think. Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Carol Buckingham. I was walking out on the ranch this morning with you. Did you feel the prayers and the love for you? I gave you a big hug. So did I gave Buddy a big hug too. Oh, and for Team Replay, if Rosemary pops in, we're still sending up prayers. Today is Friday, so Rosemary should be going home today because y'all know she had to have knee replacement surgery. Okay, no, the husband is supportive. Okay, great. He said maybe go see. See, there you go, Laura. And Carla, and if it's one of them children you birthed too, go see Laura. We're spending more time. This is our adulthood. We have raised these children. We've done all these things. We're not going to let people put us in a box. We are not going to do that. Pull you out some paper. Get your paper pack. Pack your bags. You and Laura go do. Carla. There it is. Your husband is supportive. He said, Laura, it's a sign. Go see more of Laura and less of whoever that other person is that you don't, that you, it sounds like you love this person and you would like to spend time with this person. That's what it sounds like. And I understand that. I have some people like that in my life too. I do. But we can't change people. Because remember, we talked about letting go of things that we cannot change and releasing what no longer belongs in our lives. And sometimes that involves people. We talked about forgiveness. So, Carla, forgive yourself. Not because everything that happened was acceptable or it was your fault. Just forgive yourself for even having the thought processes that you did and walk it out and walk forward. Because you know what? You know what, Carla? You deserve to move forward in freedom. So tell them to kick rocks with open toe shoes on in a blizzard. Boop, boop. Okay? That's where we're going. And ask yourself this question, everybody. Now, everybody, what am I motivated by in this season of my life? Because remember, I'm going to use myself. Remember, I'm going to use myself. We talked about how I allow God to be the pilot in my life, even when traveling through some of the unfamiliar, painful places that I've been. Walking away from not one, but two caskets of my children was hard as hell, not knowing what tomorrow was going to bring because I still had 5 children. I would lose a lot of sleep at night because the worst thing you could do was my phone would ring. And then it would just be like, oh my God, you're gonna take another one. Oh, is this a phone call? Because I still had two children that just was just up turned upside down after their brother's death. They just was turned upside down, right? But I allowed God to be my pilot. I didn't know what the rest of my life was going to be. But what I did do was I wasn't going to let fear handcuff me and walk hand in hand with me. Because remember, we just talked about fear. Fear didn't want me to start over. Fear wanted me to just sit there and wallow and muddle in where I was, right? So forgive yourself. Anybody that needs to forgive yourself, if you've had somebody, because me, I had to. I was one of them good girls, one of them good Christian church girls. They told me playing cards was a sin. Stop playing cards. Drinking was a sin. Having sex outside of marriage was a sin. They told me all this crap was sin. I was just like, wait a minute. But didn't God send his son Jesus to die for my sins? I'm confused. Then I went and went to school. When I got a whole degree, y'all. Cause that's how confused the world had. I'm supposed to be flippant. I'm sorry. Each day starts out blank. Then you do this. You slap some paint on some paper. Y'all got me worked up. It's Friday. It's World Watercolor Month 2026. It's day 31. Take a deep breath. Don't let it. Because Carla, I know how happy you was when you was with Laura. And I know what you're going through. I know. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. And I don't want you to have to continue doing that to yourself. I don't want anybody to do that to themselves. Y'all got some people in your life telling you that you're a bad person. Tell them to go to hell. Not physical hell, but just tell them to go to hell. Just tell them to go somewhere to get away from you. Because what that means is they're just not happy with their own lives. I've learned that in my emotional intelligence journey this year. I've learned that it's not me. Other people just don't want to take the time to work on themselves. And if you're with somebody that don't want to work on themselves, listen, those are dangerous people to be around. Very dangerous people to be around. If they're the same person today, tomorrow, and every day, and they wake up and they pretty much tell you the same old crap, let them go. Let them go. Life will serve us situations that's not in order with our lives. And I feel like all God is doing is saying, hey, trust me, not them. And I'm like, my bad, God. I trust you. I do. I do. Okay, let's back up. All right. Whew. Oh, Carla, no psychic. Just I believe when I pray and ask the Lord to give me an answer, then he gives it to me, and he gives it to me so I can use it. That's why I'm very authentic over here. That's why I share my crap with y'all. Because I've been there, done that. And you gotta let them go. Let them go. Have fun. Sometimes we can help with that. Sometimes we're not in the right place for that. Sometimes we can help with that. Okay, that probably was back there on something I said. Even if they are serving the Lord. Carla, listen, we probably need to have faith conversation because you're gonna get me in trouble. Then Mr. McCoy really gonna wow in the chat. Let that go. We're gonna let that go, Carla. I inbox you, girl. We'll talk about it. I inbox you. Yeah, yeah. And most of the time, they are like Ann said, they are judging you. That's not their place. And Carla, the other thing is they could be very jealous of you too. That's what I've learned. Because y'all know I'm bougie over here. I own my bouginess now. I get on the lawnmower in a dress that I spent $200 on. Why? I ain't spent $200 on it. Somebody else did. But I worked for Dillard. So when it went on sale and then when it went on clearance, then I got it. Right? But I'll get out there on the tractor. I'm bougie. But I do what makes me happy. Right? I don't have time for people to care. I don't have time to care about what other people think about me anymore. I don't. And I want to give y'all permission to just tell people to leave you alone. Put the fence up, put some fire on it. I don't care if you birthed them, you're married to them, they're your best friend. You have to let people know we're not going forward like this. I love you, but I am not going forward with you like this. And it's okay. Either they gonna like it, love it, or lump it and go wherever. In the words of P, I can't say what she said the other day, but if y'all was on the live, tell them so and so's dip, gone. You know. And it will bring changes in your life that you didn't even expect. You know what I'm saying? And don't let other people make you feel guilty about the choices that you make. They're going to do it. Have hard conversations, y'all. Have these hard conversations. They're worth it. They are worth it. I mean, don't be non-confrontational your whole life. You deserve to be happy in your life. Are you humming the Green Apron? Listen. Oh, you know what? That's who I could be, because was it Ava Gabor, whatever she was. That's me. Green Acres out there on. I do have on my boots though. I have on my hunter boots. Okay, remember we did these. These are the ones that was done the first of the month when we had the gel plate out, because we did our backgrounds, right? And then we put the stencil over it. So these turned out. I went past some of them. So these are really, really good. Yeah, Carol says, Carla, if they are serving the Lord, they should be compassionate and loving. Carol, I found that to be, I thought that, and I have somebody that's in my life right now, and she very much so serves the Lord, but she'll be quick to tell you that you are not doing the right thing. She'll be quick to judge you and all the things, and that's where. Oh, this one's pretty. See, we got roses in the background. Jaja, was it? I think was on green. Jaja, that her? Well, it wasn't her real name. I don't know. Eddie, who's the lady name that was on Green Acres? Look at this. Look at all that yumminess in the background. So this was on watercolor backgrounds, and then we put the stencil. So if you have this is another way, beautiful way to kind of hone in on your joy, is by slapping paint on paper. This is what it did for me. It became my creative art and my safe place to just slap the paint on paper before I was doing flowers and things like that. And then you got stencils, put your stencils or your stamps on top of it. So these were from Bernadette and Crystal. Morena took hers with her. She's an artist. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Google says it was her younger sister, Ava. Yeah, Ava. Okay. Hey, Linda Ville. Carol says, I get that. Truth telling, but it should not be with hateful or judgment. Yeah. That's the part. Yeah, Ava Gabor. That's her. Yeah. Carol, I feel like while we're walking, with the horses and things, we're gonna have some beautiful conversations. That was why I was saying I had to go to school. When I went to school and got my degree in religious studies with a concentration in leadership, I was really trying to break cycles. I was trying to break cycles of a belief system that I no longer believed was facts. I didn't believe it was true. And when you learn how to read, write, and do your own thing, you learn for yourself. And this is way back before there was really a Google and all the things. I have so many books, because I was chasing, like, this just doesn't make sense. How can you do that? How can you tell me that? How can you say that when right here it says this? So I did a whole lot of things and praying and a whole bunch of stuff, and I've come to a resolve now. I'm very much so resolved in where I stand with me and my God. Oh, look at that. Look at that shimmer around them edges. Oh, this is so pretty. Marcy, did I say hello? I thought you popped in, but I was on a roll and I was like, I was going to say hello, but now I see you again. So, hi, Marcy. Look at that. Oh, this is pretty. So, you can take these beautiful stencils. Carla, my sister and I looked it up and I already corrected myself. Oh, okay. I would have to say, I can say I would be her. I feel like I need to go out there and make up my own song. Easy living is the place for me. Not farm. I don't want to farm. Y'all know why I don't want to farm. That's why I want the ranch. I want the cows. I want the goats. I even want a alpaca. But right now we have is dogs. Mr. McCoy won't go buy my daggum horses. I don't know why. He won't get a cow. I don't know why. He asked me, he's like, Karen, what do you want? What can I do to make you happy? And I tell him what I want, and then it ain't rolled up in the yard yet. Just say it. Oh, did I hear you say something about horses? Yes, Marcy, I love horses. in my mind every morning when I take my walk. Me and Carol are walking the horses. So I walk vicariously through Carol Buckingham because she has a ranch. Look at that. Isn't these beautiful? Oh, a part of me is just like, I'm so happy today is World Watercolor Month, day 31, because now I get to pull my gel plate back out and slap some paint on that paper. Yes, and Carol Buckingham has horses. She has beautiful horse. She has a horse named Buddy. Wait, isn't his name Buddy? What's the other one's name? Look at this. This right here was on regular paper. So Lisa, you had asked, I don't believe I answered you. I feel like I did. But Fabriano paper, because you said you're going to be teaching yourself with your right hand, left hand to paint. Now this is regular paper. It is sketch paper, but it's heavy sketch paper that I slap paint on too. So it doesn't necessarily have to be watercolor paper, but you know, look at that. Is that not beautiful? A field of grace, peace, joy, and love. Mr. McCoy, you know it's in the chat now, so it has to be. What did he say? I'm going to get a horse soon. Yeah, whatever. That's what he said 2 years ago. There's a chat for that too, Cookie. I'm not worrying about it. I'm gonna go get my dadgum horse when I get good and dadgum ready. I'm just waiting for the Lord to drop it right down in front of me because you know you need to go and the horse needs to pick you, not you pick the horse. So I'm gonna start visiting and hanging out with, people that has horses and things and go to North Carolina because a lot of places that I see online, they're in North Carolina. And we need to go hang out. There's another place in Pensacola. Isn't this beautiful? Y'all, slap some paint on some paper. Don't let people piss you off. Let it be your safe space. Let it be your safe space. Okay. I gave my thoughts somewhere to settle when I start watercoloring. It really, really helped me with my grief process. What I could not explain and how I was feeling, slapping that paint on the paper and really learning, not even learning how to make flowers. I just was slap the paint on the paper and just let the blobs go where it want to go. I've showed you all of that. We walked through my, other ones. So that's the gift of art. It does not demand perfection from you. It simply gives you permission to begin somewhere, right? And a plain piece of paper, like when you have something as beautiful this, it's just permission to give you a piece of paper to start with. Just pick a color, get your brush, your water, and your paint, and just start. Because for me, reclaiming my joy, it just meant at the time, after the loss of my son and all the disappointment that came along with that, it just gave me a place to not really be in control because I couldn't take back what had happened to me. I couldn't, right? I chose to reclaim my joy after loss. And that way, now I show up here over here with y'all and get to tell you how I did it, right? Mr. McCoy, where do you live? Maybe I can get you in touch with someone. Carol, we in Alabama. Oh, Carol, I would love for you to become best friends so you can tell him what to do. But I feel like he work where he works at, he sees all these things. But I'm gonna let y'all help him help me. I'm gonna shut up because that's what I'm working. That's part of my emotional intelligence too. Okay, so remember we did these. Well, I didn't do these. I did these last year, but they're in a book that I'm going to put together. But we did something. These are my Rosa Gallery. Look how beautiful all those colors are. Then this was Mission. No, those are Rosa Gallery too. I thought one of them was Mission. I don't know. Remember, we did this one. This was beautiful. And then I stamped all over it. There we go. We were watching some comedy where women who named their was the topic. I looked at my daughter who immediately said, goodness. Oh goodness. This one I put something on there. I can't remember. Oh, we put um oh God, what's that stuff? What did we put on here to paint on top of this? Granulations. No, it wasn't granulations, it was grounds. There it is. We did watercolor grounds. So you can use watercolor grounds. We did that, and these still showing up beautifully. At those are great. Put the watercolor grounds on the wood, and that way it sits on top of it. Now, you can also use gesso. You can do gesso. That works out. But that's what we put right there was watercolor grounds to show you. And this wasn't watercolor paper. This was regular cardstock paper. So we did a lot of experimenting this month, this month too. Last year I didn't do a lot of experimenting. Why? Because I was walking through a lot of questions. People asked me questions about things and I didn't have answers because in the past I was creating just for the sake of creating for my sanity's sake. And if I liked it, I did it. And then if I liked it, I did it and I loved it. And now it was something that I was doing over and over again. And then people had questions, then I had to go down the rabbit hole and figure it out, find out, or ask. If whatever they said in the in my research of looking for stuff was what I did. And so most of the time it was or and it wasn't. Color theory is never in anything that I do. Why? Because I'm okay with making mud. Because life isn't always beautiful. Life isn't always going to come out that way. So, in reclaiming my joy, making mud is how I literally start watercoloring. And I found it to be very, very captivating. And I was like, oh, this is how I feel right now. Ah, and then I went on and then I add something else. And then I ran into Christy Rice and Christy Rice was like, hey, you made mud? Okay, well, let me show you how to do that. Do something great with it. So I started out with making mud. So I guess that's why I don't care about making mud. I don't really use the color chart until I want to do something intentional. Right. And then I get to choose my thoughts based on what I'm trying to do. Now, that's the only time you're going to see me use the color chart, the color wheel is when I'm doing something intentional. And I've learned some things about gel pulling when you're putting paint on the paper. That's when it probably comes in. But when it comes into watercolor, I don't care. Um, I'm waiting for my land to be found for senior living house. Lisa, y'all got a realtor looking for you? Because I always get stuff in North Carolina. I feel like William's mother is like putting it out there in the atmosphere because she wants to move to North Carolina. And I done told her that's a hard no. That's a hard no. I need to be able to deal with people from a distance. Talk about a fence and some boundaries and some fire. Yeah, we need to be able. Right now, we've taken the fire off. We still have some boundaries, but we're taking some fire off. So we're just working on it. But it ain't her fault. Look at this. I think this one was Crystal. I think she wanted the flowers on here, and then we put pop dots on there. I think. All right, and then this one. There's the watercolors, and I think I did some pencil work in there. I was trying to be inspired by P with those watercolor pencils. It didn't work. I put them pencils up. That one was done. Oh, look, and it was done on the 7th. And then we splattered. No, we sprayed this with some Dina Wakley gloss spray. Love that one. Slap paint on paper just for the sake of it, right? And here's the other way. So when we go into August, because I don't want to run out of time, because we're going to leave here because Eddie's coming on next. We're sliding over from World Watercolor Month 2026. It's coming to a close. Today is the 31st day of July. It's the last day of World Watercolor Month at 11:59. So you still got all day to do it. But as far as being live for me, it ends because Eddie's coming on next. And I want to go see what Eddie's doing. Just saying. But 5 ways I want you to remember to reclaim your joy as we slide into August, because this is what we're going to be talking about. In August, we're going to be talking about ways to reclaim your joy in art, in life, in whatever. I'm taking a lot of things that we talked about in June and July, and just kind of still going to slide on in because the end of the year, we want to end it off with a bang. We want to end it off with saying that I did this and it made me happy. You want to be like, so you want to be able to say, I did art, but the work of art that I worked on the most was myself. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, Karen, you are a work of art. So work on yourself first. And then you come over here as you're painting and slapping paint on paper. The end of the year, when we go into 2027, if the Lord says the same, then we can say we are the best work of art that we did in 2026. And that's saying a lot, right? Yeah, Eddie's coming on in some minutes, 40 something minutes. He's coming on in, for you folks on the East Coast, he'll be on at 2. For us folks on the Central, he'll be on at 1. So when I go back and look over all that I've done in 2026 for World Watercolor Month, these make me very much so happy. Some conversations were had with myself because I'm the best work of art that I could ever. I can't ask Mr. McCoy to add anything to me as a work of art. If he says something to me and I say something back, it has to be, I have to be responsible for what I say, right? I can't be rude. I can be, but I shouldn't be because I'm trying to work on me. So anytime Mr. McCoy says something or whatever, I just say like change behavior. And it's not for him or me. It's just that I'm a work of art. So in my mind, my emotional intelligence is saying, pause. You're working on change behavior. So pay attention to what kind of resets you, restores you. Give yourself permission to change your mind so that you can have peace, right? So that you can have something new, right? Because we shouldn't be the same person that we was 10, 15 years ago. We should be growing. We should be evolving into a better version of who we are, right? So over here, I ask myself most of the time in the morning, okay, Karen, what gives you peace? What helps you breathe? What makes you feel connected to yourself every single day? First and foremost, it's going to be art. It's going to be slapping paint on paper, right? It's going to be my prayer life. It's going to be taking my walks. It's going to be journaling. It used to be sitting by the water because I lived in Florida where I could just drive to the beach and put my feet in some sand. Now I got to drive 2 hours, but it's still on my list. And spending time with people who allow me to be myself and they don't judge me. Either they don't judge me out of their mouth or they don't judge me with their little funky looks. Protect the joy that you are rebuilding. That's where we're going. That's where we're going. And why? Because I want y'all to hone in on what it's done for me. It has made me I am super duper proud of the woman that I am becoming. I'm happy about the woman I am today, so much more than the woman I was in 2025. I thought I was something last year, but I was just only just beginning to open up the can. So just think of this. This is me and it's orange, right? I'm just this little bottle. And it's just like I haven't even begun to open up who God has created and designed me to be. I'm not nowhere near it, but you have to start screwing it off because sometimes life is hard. See how hard? See, it's hard. But you keep twisting and keep pulling and keep holding on and keep trusting in him. And one day you're gonna open it up and you're gonna try yourself and you're gonna try a new color. You're gonna put on a new outfit. You're gonna go somewhere new. You're gonna meet some new people. And then there's gonna be a new color. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, I never thought about orange. Never thought about using orange. Oh my, it's beautiful. And then God's like, all right, you got a glimmer of what I'm trying to do. He's like, all right, cover that back up, right? Take yourself somewhere peaceful so that you can have that kind. And that's what moving from Colorado, moving to Alabama, that's what that has done for me. It has brought me somewhere that is very peaceful. And because I protect my peace, I no longer allow the gate to swing open to bring in chaos. If I have to put some fire on that fence, I'll put some fire on that fence. Metaphorically, physically, mentally, all of them, I'll do it because my peace is important to me. My joy grows when I am very intentional with how I create my moments in life. And I'm not mad about it. I let everybody do what they want to do. And the only person that we can control, guys, is who? Ourselves. Okay, I showed some of these yesterday. And I'm gonna probably get off early because I want to go in there and get me a good cup of coffee. Because I feel like that piece of candy ain't done it for me. And I'm gonna have to reset because I ate before I came on, literally, like right before I ate. So don't know, but I'm still feeling a little. I don't know. I'm feeling like my sugar is low. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. I did this yesterday. So if anybody has any questions, anybody got anything, let me know. Let me know. I kind of went a little bit, but I want us to understand. And Carla, thank you for the detour because I feel like we did all the other conversations. I feel like it was meant to be. But I want you to give yourself something to look forward to in life. I did. I did. Right? I want you to ask yourself, you know how I have questions. Hey, Pinka. I have questions for myself. Like maybe it's confidence. It used to be confidence for me. I used to think, well, maybe I wasn't worthy, or maybe I wasn't good enough. Why do people not like me? Used to be my question. I was just like, I'm a good person to hang out with. I like to have fun. Why people don't like to have fun? But then I realized I was the mirror that came in and put a mirror up to other people's face, and they didn't have the confidence that I had. They didn't have the strength that I had. They didn't have the ability to walk away from a casket, still standing up, still believing in God, still having faith to know that He is going to keep me even after the loss of not one but two children. So it wasn't me. And now that I really look at it, when I look at people who in the past have had something to say about moi, I'd be like, oh, child, please. It's not me, it's you. You need to go and get you some Go get you some something. I don't know what you need to get. But you're not finna take my joy and my peace away because you're feeling bad about yourself. That's not your problem. And most people that are jealous of you and most people that envy you or envy what you have, they will make you feel like crap. And that's just not fair. But that's a part of life. That's just what it is. So maybe it is the freedom to laugh about that and don't so you don't feel guilty about it because that's what I had to do. I had to really write down in the mirror and tell myself, like, put sticky notes on the mirror. Y'all think I'm joking. I got sticky notes always everywhere. But before we moved from Colorado after my son's death, it's just like 2 3 years after. No, maybe because 19 20 21, yeah, during COVID, I was just like, you can't help that God kind of prepared you for where you are in your life. Like you can't take away your strength because you've been through so much crap in life. Like you have a t-shirt for just about everything, some stuff that would floor people. If people put on my clothes, my whole outfit of where my resilience come from, they would just be sitting there crying. They'd be like, "What in the world? What do you do? How did you do this?" Hey, first of all, I kept my faith and I told God I was mad at him. And I told him I needed him to give me the strength to get up out of this bed so that I don't stay here. I told him I trust him, but I'm mad. And I believe when I was honest with that, God just really started opening up the windows of life for me. We moved from Colorado, packed up a 4,000 square foot house in 16 days. We moved in 17 days. Then we came to Alabama. I asked God, it's like, Lord, okay, we moved. We're back here in Alabama. I just want land. I want land that I don't have to be right next door to my neighbor and they don't have to be right all up in my business. Can I have 5 acres or more? He multiplied it. He gave me 10.5 acres. I get up and walk every single morning, renewing, rediscovering, and reclaiming who I am after all the things that I've been through in life. Right? So as World Watercolor Month comes to an end, I want you to remember this. Paper was never asking you to be perfect. I was never asking you to be perfect. I don't want you to ask yourself to be perfect. Because if you know the answer to this question. When will I be perfect? If you know the answer to that question, put it in chat. Get that. Get them flowers. Oh my God. Looking back at these pages making me feel real good. Cha. I'm just super duper happy. This one I remember this one. I was just slapping the paint down, just moving, just going. This is just y'all got to look back at. And all of you that did do something, you either whether you did watercolor, whatever you did, my hat is off to you. I thank you for hanging out with me for 31 days, whether you're on team replay, whether you came in live, you stayed for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whether you just came and dropped that thumbs up and didn't say a thing. I want to say thank you. I do. Look at that. Look at that shimmer. Wiggle, wiggle. As Mariah said, you got to get that wiggle on. Get your wiggle on. Drop down and get your wiggle on. That's right, Zal. When I'm dead. That's when I will be perfect. When I'm dead. Every day that God still wakes me up gives me another day to show up and not be all miss. I am bougie, but I'm bougie in my life. I don't. Everybody else ain't got to be bougie. Everybody else ain't got to go where I go and do what I do. But I'm just saying, that's who I am. I've walked into my bouginess because why? I had to tell myself that I am worthy of everything that God has given me. From the position of the land, the cars, the dogs, the husband, the children, I'm worthy of it all. Because you know what? We got a whole stamp that says, may the grace help you walk through every bright day of your life. Keep joy flowing no matter what happens. You are worthy of it all. I was talking to me. I just happened to have right threaten me again with a good time. Now it's a whole stamp. You know why? Because you have to love you first so you can have peace always. That's just it. When heaven has got you. That's right. That's right, Lisa. And listen, my aunt who is gone, who has passed on, who is the greatest woman that I've ever, ever, ever was taught by in my life. She taught me how to be a lady. She's the reason I feel like I'm bougie. I really do believe she's the reason that I've owned my bouginess. Because before I just thought I was stuck up. I'm not stuck up. I'm bougie. I like nice things. And outside of that, I like being a nice person. And bouginess for me doesn't mean that I'm showing up in my fab or driving my Mercedes. That's not bougie for me. The bouginess, I'm bougie because I'm a work of art. I'm bougie because God created me. I'm bougie because God designed me to be here to talk to you, to encourage you to rediscover, reclaim, and renew your joy. We're not finished healing. We're not finished growing. Every day we wake up, we get to choose what we're going to do today. Why? Because you're still here. You're still creating. You're still breathing. You still get to write the next chapter of your story. If you didn't like the way yesterday went, okay, no problem. Don't redo it tomorrow, right? You didn't slap paint on paper for 30 days, no problem. Slap paint on paper today. If you don't want to slap paint on paper, no problem. Do what you want to do. You only have to be willing to place the next whatever you want to do on a piece of paper, in a book, make a junk journal. Do whatever you want to do, right? You may be finishing day 31. We may be finishing day 31 right here, but that doesn't mean that you're finished. We're finished. We're finished creating. Okay. August is waiting for us. If the Lord says the same. If the Lord says the same. Okay. Because believe it or not, everybody's not going to make it to August. There are going to be some people that we're losing right now. So let us walk into our best days. Let us walk into August with our heads held high, putting on your pearls or not, putting on your best jewelry or not, put on your best shoes or not. But whatever you choose to do, have your boundaries clear, have your joy under your own protection, be in control of who you are, and don't worry about what nobody else has to say. Because here's the thing for me, my life may have changed, and it may have changed who I am. My life has challenged the hell out of me. Life has knocked me down sometimes, but it did not cancel who I am right now. And my future, every day I wake up, my future is still here. See you later, Zal. See you later, sis. Y'all have fun. So for me, I picked up a brush. I found my peace, and I found another version of what my life looks like. And I'm very much so happy with it. So, y'all, as always, I thank y'all for spending World Watercolor Month with me over here at Create Joy Studio. I hope you like, share it. And if you want to share the video with somebody, this is my invitation. If you have not subscribed to the channel and you've been here all this time and you just sitting here and just like, oh my God, you just knocked me off my feet. Hit that subscribe button, that bell notification all, because I'm always here doing something. The Lord has a way that He has done a great thing for me to share my life. Because why? Every day I wake up, I'm creating again, I'm living again, and I'm choosing joy on purpose. So we're going into August. I'll see you guys not tomorrow, because tomorrow is August the 1st. I mean, unless I decide to push that live button because I miss y'all. I'm just saying. I don't know. But reclaiming your joy after life tried to knock the hell out of you, don't worry about it. Every day you wake up, think about what your future looks like. Write it down, journal it, do whatever you need to do. If it looks like this, if it looks like this, if it looks like this, whatever it needs to be, you just make sure that you are instructing. You are the instructor, you are the driver of your joy, your peace, your happiness. Don't let somebody else dictate what happens in your life. Okay? I love you guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Team Replay, I appreciate you. If you're getting alcohol ads at this point, I'm sorry. We just had a good conversation talking about it. Because why? Reclaiming your joy after life has done its thing. Sometimes it may be included a drink or two. All right, guys. I will see you guys over at Eddie. Eddie is coming up next. Let's go join Eddie and see what Eddie got going on. And he's going to tell us how to say quinceanera. I feel like I got it that time. I love y'all. I'll see y'all on Monday. We'll be back to our regular scheduled program Monday, August. Monday and Wednesday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, hit that bell notification all. Okay? See you guys later. Bye.